What's good YouTube, this is Scar and welcome to the review of the 1-144 high grade Cosmic Era Strike Rouge and with Aile pack. And yeah, this is one of the latest kits, the new Strike mold, as we already know, and I gotta say I'm really disappointed. This is actually one of the worst kits I've ever built so far, and actually I'm quite pissed because I actually know that pretty much every one of you has fallen for this right now. So yeah, this kit is awesome. I'm just kidding. This is probably I don't know. I would go as far as saying that this is the best high grade so far, and yeah, it's just perfect. I mean, articulation is flawless. Detail is amazing. And you see right now it's without any stickers. You would get quite a lot of stickers, but really nothing tragic. You would get all this red you see is for the Aile pack, which I didn't apply because I'm playing on Bandai. Then we have the eyes, which I decided to go ahead and paint. You probably can't see it, but it's there. And some other stickers for the visors. And I do believe this white one is for the Aile, but I'm not 100% sure about that actually. Yeah. And then we would get the special stickers for the Strike Rouge. We have three... No, wait. Yeah, we have three symbols with the rose and this lion thingy. And two numbers 210. Yeah, so yeah, those are the custom stickers for our Strike Rouge, and yeah, everything else you see is right out of the box, and also the Aile pack. Even though it needed a lot of stickers, and you see it's clearly missing some pretty obvious color abscess, it still looks pretty damn awesome, even without the stickers. So yeah. Let's show the articulation. No, let me first point out. No, let's do that with the accessory. Let's first do the articulation then. The head is on this in a double ball joint and goes up pretty far, down pretty far, rotate 360, and also swivels forward and backward with that chicken movement that we all got used to. And then we have the shoulder that pop forward and go backward. And then since they are on a ball joint, they can move forward and backward independently from the joint on the chest. And also wiggle around, go a little bit up and down, and yeah, it's a ball joint. It's pretty free. So altogether, it can achieve a pretty good forward movement. Even though if you move it too far, I find it's quite easy for the ball joint to pop out, but it's also easy to pop that back in. So no big deal really. The arms. They move out about this far, so altogether with the ball joint, without it popping out, they would move this far up, which isn't bad. Rotate below the shoulder, bend at the elbow at two joints, and look at that, it's perfect. Hands are on ball joints, so they rotate and wiggle. Then we have the torso that's on a double ball joint, one on the waist and one on the middle of the torso, and it just bends forward and backward quite a lot. Side to side also not bad. Rotates all the way around. Front skirts are molded together, but you can separate them and you can move them out of the way to have the leg kicking forward awesomely far. And these side skirts don't really move up about that much, but as always you can rotate them backward to have the leg kicking outside this far, which is pretty damn good. Back skirt stationary, so the leg can't move forward than this. They have a little joint here, so they can move separate from the waist a little bit forward and backward, not that much really. They also rotate below the hip, bend at the knee at two joints. The feet then, they are on a joint up here and one up here. This is a ball joint, so they can move forward and backward up here, and the foot itself can move up and down more and rotate around and wiggles on a ball joint. rotates all the way around. It's a bit tricky to do, but it's doable. And the foot armor is pegged on a ball joint on the side, so it kind of wiggles around, you know. It just moves out of the way enough to have the feet moving as you want. So, that would be it for the articulation of the main suit. And then we have the Aile pack. We have the wings that move up about this far and down about this far, which is pretty awesome. Then we have these that are on hinges and they move in and out and up and down. And then we get a beam saber. Beam sabers are stored there and they are on ball joints, so they wiggle around and rotate up and down. And that's it for the articulation of the pack. And since we have the pack in hand, let's talk about the accessory. And first one, mind you, is the backpack. Just plug here and really doesn't hinder the articulation whatsoever. And yeah, as I was about to say, it has no difficulties standing up with the backpack. Then another accessories that you already saw is the beam rifle, which is just goes into the hand and sits there pretty secure and pretty awesome. No wiggling around. Then another accessory that you already saw are the beam sabers, which store there, and you comes with 2 clear-pin beams of the new longer variety, which do look maybe a little bit too long for my tastes, but hey, it's nice. And yeah, hold without any problem whatsoever. And they store here on the backpack, as you already saw. Then we have 2 armor sniders, and they just go into the hand and sit there perfectly without any issues whatsoever, even there. Then we have another accessory, which is the shield, and it's right here. Sorry, plugs on the elbow, and you see the connector is the usual connector with one peg on the back and one on the side, so you can have the shield pretty much where you want. And once it's there, the shield can rotate. Again, no difficulties whatsoever balancing this kit. It's not even that bent forward, I mean, it's very good. And that's because the joints, all the joints, are very stiff. So, he is very strong and can hold without any problem. Now, as you may have noticed, the colors are not exactly what you would expect from a Strike Rouge, especially for the shield. And that's because since the Aile Strike, which was the first mode, which was the first model for this mold, well, of course, despite the Strike build, the build Strike, sorry. Yeah, since the Aile Strike was the first one, the combination of the colors were a bit different. So for the Strike Rouge, they needed to give some extra plates, and that gives us some extra accessory. You see these pink horns? We do get the yellow one as well. You see the pink feet? We do get the red one as well. And for the shield, you have a pretty wide range of modes you can display it with. I chose to go with black and yellow, just because I like the combination. And then we also get, you see I went with the pink chin, you also would get a red chin. And of course also then you get these little thruster pieces for the build strike, which don't really have any use in this kit whatsoever. So, yeah, that will be actually about it. That was a pretty quick review. This kit is pretty awesome and I totally recommend it. And also, since I think it has the same price of the Aile Strike and it gives a lot more accessories and a lot of more choice, I would recommend this more than the Aile Strike. That is, of course, if you don't mind the pink color. I actually quite like it, but I can see it might be turning some people down. But anyway, this is a great kit. I totally recommend it. There are no reason not to get this. So that's about it. This was Scar, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you find it informative, and I will see you next time.